Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tega Clifford, and if you're a new subscriber, thanks for coming, thanks for stopping by. Please don't forget to like this video, and then if you're a former subscriber, kisses to you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So this video is just basically all about me being real. In the next few days, countdown to my birthday, I'll be turning 20. So yeah, I'm super excited because I'm going to be turning as in a new year. For me, it's a new beginning for me. Finally, I'm going to be 20. I mean, I'm super excited, guys. But then my channel has always been about me encouraging people to love themselves, self-love, beauty, natural hair, everything about you. It's all about you. So I feel like you need to see the scars behind me. I want you to understand that I have been through what I'm telling you to do. So now I tell people to love themselves, be themselves, appreciate themselves. But then I did not start up by every day loving myself. There was a point in my life where I actually didn't love myself, and I was humiliated and bullied, and I had low self-esteem. I mean, this is a very tough conversation I'm about to have because it was painful. So when I was in GS1, I went to a missionary school called Apostolic Faith, and when I got there, I mean, it was a boarding house. I entered at the age of 9. I was still a baby, and I got into the school, and things did not just go well for me. I actually didn't want to go to the school, and that's where my low self-esteem. I was actually being bullied by my seniors. Always told me to fetch water. I mean, people that went to boarding house see it as a regular thing, but then it got to a point I was failing academically, and then it was like everything was going wrong. So now the strength of what I had was my natural hair. I mean, I was relaxed. It was relaxed then, but it was long, and everybody fell in love with it. But because I wasn't doing well, my mom cut my hair. So it was like the only thing I felt was beautiful about me was taken away from me because I wasn't doing well. Now at this point, I wasn't close to my parents. I wasn't really talking to them. We're not guys. I mean, my mom was all about, you're the only girl, because I'm the only girl out of 2 boys here, and then I'm the only girl. You have to do better than your brothers. You cannot afford to be a loser. You cannot afford not to do well in school. And then my father is all about education, is the legacy. And I mean, I was like 18th out of 20 for my GS1, GS2. I was always called among the last 5 in my class. It was very, very painful. Told that I had a very ugly dentition, so I didn't used to smile. I mean, this is me in boarding school. I was literally all alone. My mouth to smile, they would tell me, oh, close your mouth, you have a very ugly smile. And it affected me to the point that it dropped my low self-esteem. Like, it dropped my self-esteem rather to, like, from 100 to 0. I wasn't doing well, so it was like beauty without seats my junior YEC. That's how bad it was. So at this point in my life, it was just like, oh shit. And I got to, when I went home after junior YEC, it was like I couldn't talk to my parents because my mom was a very strict woman that believed in spare the rod and spoil the child. So it was more of beating than talking. And because I was always being beaten a lot, I started lying. Let's put it like that. Let's just call it the way it is. This is going to be real truth. I started lying because I was afraid of telling the truth, because I knew that if I tell the truth, I'll still get beaten. So what's the point of saying the truth? Me was just making it all worse for me. It got to a point, my parents were in the house with me, but I couldn't talk to them. I had to write letters to talk to them. I had 1,001 diaries that I would write everything I was going through. And I kept crying every day because, I mean, I didn't want to go back to that school because I already had tragic low self-esteem. I wasn't smiling. I wasn't happy. I think 1,001 letters to my parents. Like, I would literally put them under their pillows, and then they'll come back to the house and they're reading later like, we're in the same house, so why can't you talk to me? But my mom, at that point, I feel like she didn't really get me because she was always beating me. So it was difficult for me to talk to her. So I literally had nobody to really talk to. So I was always talking to my dad. I feel like I'm getting really emotional because it's a scar, yes, but it was back in those days. But at the same time, it was very, very painful for me. Like, I was more like an olodo, someone that did not know called Landmark College in Korodu, where I live. It was like 15 minutes drive from my house. So my mom was like, okay, let's just go there. Let's see how it works. If your first term in SS1 you don't do well, I'll take you back to SS1. So I came to the school, excited. I mean, yippee, yay! I was in a new school. And I believe when people tell me that the first day of school, of a new school, is actually not so good. Because I got there, I was in art class, I got to my class, and then I was so excited to meet new people because, I was a day walked up to me and told me, guy, this girl, you're not fine at all. Oh. See how ugly your smile is. Now, this is my first day in this school. I've not even spent 2 hours in the class. In fact, I was just walking in when this guy walked up to me and told me. So I felt like the ground should open up and swallow me, because I had like flashbacks of when I was told that my dentition was ugly in the former school, and I was like, I thought it was going to be different here. I love to run and I love to do long jumps, so I was always, anything that would make me get to the track, I was excited, because it was just like my practically escape route. So we're changing for PE that day when the ladies, we're in the restroom, and some group of girls in quotes, they call themselves the big girls, or they were, in every school there's always the scrappy girls, the middle class, and then the big girls, the ones that are in charge, the ones that are with the fine boys. Yes, so we had that in my school. Ah, Tega, where's your breast? Is this the small thing that you have? Hey, you don't even have breast at all. Now, in my mind, I was like, okay, I don't have breast. What's the big deal? In my former school, it wasn't a big deal. If you had breast, you don't have breast. When I actually looked around, where few out of 100 were like just 10% that did not have breast. When it took a completely different turn. I went home that day in tears. I hid it from my mom, as usual. I went to my diary. I was writing it in my diary. This is what I'm going through, guys. And that was when I started peaking. So I went to my dad's pocket. I took out money from my dad's pockets, guys, and I went to buy padded bra. It must sound like a joke right now, but then it was like the top of it. I went to buy padded bra. When I mean padded bra, I mean ammo. That's, if you see me, you think I'm a cop. So I went to buy padded bra just to feel among, just for people to stop laughing at me, just for people to look at me and say something good, like, oh my god, you're sexy, oh my god, you're pretty. I needed people to tell me that, because at that point I didn't love myself. I didn't believe in myself, because I wasn't doing well academically. I was told I had a horrible dentition, and I had nobody to talk to. It's not like I had nobody to talk to. I was just scared to open up to somebody, to tell. Now, this is the part that gets really funny. So I went to school, extra padded. And people noticed the difference. Of course, 2 days ago, you didn't have breasts. All of a sudden, you have breasts. But some people didn't say anything. Some people said something. So it is like I'm tearing up. So yeah, as I was saying. And there was a guy in SS1A. I can never forget. I won't say me during lunch and said, hey, padded, Mrs. Padded. You think you can wear padded bra and will not know? You think we'll hug you and will not feel your padded bra? Flat girl. What? And then I had a boy that I really liked. I can actually say his name. His name is Michael. And he was the one person that didn't care if I was busty, if I didn't have breasts, if I was flat, if I wasn't flat. Tell me you are beautiful. Like, I hardly used to smile. Whenever I smiled, he would tell me, oh, you have a pretty smile. And then I just keep remembering every other person that has told me I had like an ugly dentition. And I'm like, why are you telling me? When I feel like I'm getting up, somebody is giving me full force back down. Now, at this point, I didn't love myself. I didn't used to look at the mirror. Now, this is where makeup became a tool to make myself, to cover up my real face. It wasn't a beauty enhancement at this point. She noticed that there was something wrong with me, but I wasn't talking to her because I felt like she wouldn't understand. If I told her, probably should have beaten me for not being strong, or for not being, because my mom is a warrior. Like, I call her a warrior because nothing can bring her down. As far as I'm concerned, I've not seen anything. Maybe the death of her children will bring her down, but nothing in this world. My mommy's self-esteem is above the roof. So it felt like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So if my mom is very strong, if you give her one, she'll give you 10 in reply. But if you give me half, I've broken down. So I felt like she would not understand, like, I have strong esteem, so why are you having low self-esteem? So yeah. And then one day she ransacked my room and found my diary. Guys, you need to keep your diaries well. She found my diary and sat down that day and went through it. And my mom cried. Because in her mind, she's like, my daughter has been going through so much at, how old was I think I was 12, 13. And she wasn't aware about it. Evening. And she was just looking at me like, is there something wrong with you? I said no. And almost every day when I come back from school, my eyes are bloodshot red. So the Okada man that used to carry me told my mom that there's something wrong with your daughter. Every time I go and pick her up from school, she is always crying. Is it that she's being bullied in school or being humiliated in school? Yes, I call that bullying because it was bullying. And it was very painful because we were mostly from girls. Because of breasts. Should it be a criteria for you to feel good about yourself or you to feel like you're woman enough? It shouldn't, guys. So, guys, I forgot to tell you, I did well actually through the help of Michael. He was very good in maths. I hated maths, so I had like 2 lesson teachers, one for further maths, one for mathematics. So yes, after my second term SS1, I came out with 7 A's, and my mom was super proud of me because she didn't see it coming. So she knew that her daughter actually wasn't done. Comes to my room, finds my diary and reads. So she knows every day what I am going through in school, but she doesn't know how to approach me because we don't talk. I mean, I'm the only girl and my brothers were not around. It was just me, my mom, my dad. My dad was always going to the work, like he was always going to work in the morning. Before I wake up, he's gone. Before I slept before he comes back. I mean, he was a banker, so my mom was self-employed. She owned like a big Indomie store and also she was a major distributor and all. Woke me up in the morning, told me to strip. Now this is my mom that I'm not close to, guys. I'm not close to her. She told me to strip and I was afraid because I thought she was going to beat me. I thought I did something wrong. I was already crying. Mommy, I'm sorry. Whatever I did. She was like, you didn't do anything. Now she took me to the mirror in front of my room and she asked me, what do you see? Guys, that was the most complicated question I've ever been asked in my life. Now at this point, I was dating somebody, Michael. I was actually dating him. But then, I still didn't love myself. I loved the fact that he loved me. But I didn't have self-love. So I depended on the love he had for me. And that was what gave me a little bit of strength to move or walk in school. Because I mean, he was the biggest boy in school. He was the most feared guy in school. He was the most popular guy in school. And for the most popular guy in school to look at me, it was like, hey, world-breaking record for me. I mean, me that I had lots of it. So I depended so much on him. So what do I see in the mirror? I was like, myself now. I didn't have a genuine answer to that question that my mom asked me. And she was like, no, honestly, what do you see in the mirror? And I was like, oh, I see myself. She said, do you believe you are very pretty? Do you believe you are very beautiful? And I was like, no. And my mom said, smile, let me see your tits. And I was like, it was the most difficult thing to do, to smile. And then I opened my teeth and mom was like, do you know that you have a very beautiful smile? So I just broke down and started crying because I couldn't say one thing good that I saw in my body, because every part of the body that I felt like was good has already been trashed already by one person or the other. So now that became my ritual. Every day you go to the mirror, you look at yourself. She goes with me, what do you see? And every day I keep finding one thing new that I see. I look at myself, I look at my eyes, I look at my nose, I look at my tits, I look at my lips. I'm like, okay, there's something. And then little by little, my mom started helping me to build my self-esteem. Little by little. It wasn't an easy journey, guys. I promise you it wasn't easy. Because I was already scarred from all the humiliations and the embarrassment and the being made fun of by people I had to spend 3 years with in school. Little by little, I started smiling a lot, becoming happy again. I mean, but then I had not fully gotten out of it. Now I was very close to my mom. I was always talking to her. I mean, I introduced her to my boyfriend, and she was happy. She would tell me to bring my friends home. So she was opening up to me, and every time she would tell me, Mama, see, I don't have breasts. I'm trying to make my mommy. I know people get breasts. They don't get that from my family. So it shouldn't be a problem. I don't have breasts. And your husband, your father married me. Now, that's what my mom says. If you see my father's side, they have like extra large. And she's like, maybe he was tired of seeing big breasts. That's why he came to marry me. I mean, my mom says that. So yes, and then that used to give me a little bit of courage. I mean, if my mom that doesn't have breasts can get married, why can't I? I know. So yes. And then I went to Covenant University. I made up my mind that when I was going to that school, I was going to buy my right size of bra. No problem. Nobody was going to pull me down. I was going to stand up. And I went to the school. My first semester was perfect. I mean, everybody in my room, first semester, we were like 4 in a room, 3 of us in our second semester. I was in a different room with a new set of roommates that felt the need to pull me down because of this same you don't have breasts. They take my bra, they look at it, they make fun of it. Now I was in university, but I was still going through the same thing. I mean, what the hell? It is just vanity, like it is breasts. At a point it will sag. So why is this such a big deal? And then it hurt so bad because I was like, I thought I'd gone past this. Why? And I got to a point I stopped sleeping in my room. I mean, I had friends. I go to their room and I sleep there and I cry. I tell them this is what I'm going through. Why is breast such a big deal? Why is it a barrier for me? I mean, why are people making fun of me because I didn't have? And now, guys, it wasn't as bad as what it was secondary school because I had somebody to talk to. Now, immediately that happened, I stopped wearing padded bra. I stuck to my proper size, and I would always flip my hair. And then I noticed that my hair got attention, my smile got attention, and then I realized that the fact that I knew in my heart of heart that I was beautiful, people could not tell me I wasn't, because they already knew by my facial expression that I already knew I was fine. So you telling me that you're not fine, it won't even enter because I already knew. Now it took time for me to get there. I'm turning 20, guys, and it is a stepping stone for me because when I look back to the years, I realized that I have been through hell trying to build my self-esteem, trying to be the happy. I look back and I'm like, yeah, I made it. I did it. I came and I conquered. And now I can flip my hair left and right. I know that I am beautiful. I can be me. I can be comfortable in my own skin. I can be beautiful in my own skin. I know that I am unique and I love myself. So when I come here and I say it, it's not because I'm just coming here to say it because I've not experienced, because I feel like experience is the best teacher. Nobody can know how it feels unless you are there. So if people are actually there that feel like this, everybody can come out. God can never give you what you cannot handle. That's what I believe. Now, I wasn't able to handle it on my own, but I had my backbone, I had my pillar, my strength, which was my mom, to push me and hold me. And even when I fell, she would pick me up and dust me and tell me, go again, try again. And I did not need affirmation from any other person to make me feel good. I just needed to tell myself that every day. The mirror became my best friend. I mean, I have a mirror. If anybody that really knows me, they know I have a mirror in my bag every day. I cannot, because sometimes I need to look at my mirror like, damn girl, you're good. I mean, damn girl, you're pretty. So I don't want makeup to be a tool to cover your real self. It should be like an enhancement, just to make you feel more beautiful than you already are. So guys, love yourself, because the minute you start loving yourself, it will be difficult for whatever people say to get to you, because you already know that, yeah, I know that there are things that are not perfect about me, but I appreciate my mind that I was actually going to share one of my scars with you to show you that I am not one superhero that just comes there and preach love yourself and preach appreciate yourself. there is a story behind why I push it out there. Because I am sure that if my mom didn't come in if my mom didn't step in, I don't think I'll be here today. I don't think I'll be able to, I don't know, I can't say what would have happened to me, but I don't think I'll be here. To your mom. Now, people always make that mistake. Mothers, people feel like African mothers will never listen. I mean, I felt like my mom would never listen to me or will never understand me. But you don't know until you try. And if your mom doesn't get it, there must be a mentor, a role model, somebody that would listen to you. Because I know that it's not every time you can do it on your own. Somebody has to pick you up sometimes. Yes, that's what my mom was there for. But it got to a point I had to pick up myself. And I had to do it by myself. Because she will not always be there. Because I didn't think I could actually ever say it to the public. So to the people that actually did this to me, all is forgiven. I mean, I feel like whatever happened to me in the past made me what I am today. Because if that didn't happen, I don't think I'll be here preaching love yourself. I don't think I'll be here shooting a video. I don't think I'll be here appreciating myself. So yeah, everything just always turns out for the better. So guys, hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And then if you have any comments, please leave it down below and I will go through it. Kisses to you guys. Have a beautiful day. Countdown to my birthday, guys. February 25th. I'm going to be 20 and I'm excited. So bye guys, have a beautiful day ahead.